How do you choose a real estate broker? This can be a tough question. This one pays more. This one gives free leads. When you're a new agent and you're trying to find which brokerage to pick, it's literally like being the kid in the lunchroom who has the best snack that everyone wants to trade for. So many brokerages, they'll say you gotta apply, you gotta interview, you gotta see, but most of them will take you. So how do you pick the right one? And let me know in the comments before we jump into this, are you currently a real estate agent with a brokerage, or are you looking for a place to start? So I'm gonna cover 3 things that I recommend you look for when you're joining a brokerage. Number 1, because I know it's everybody's first thought, is the commission split, right? Now this is a tricky one because there are places where you can get 100% of your commission, but your office bill or your per transaction bill can equal a lot more than if you were at a split location. So before you dive in and base the whole thing on splits, be real with yourself. How many deals do you think you'll do in your first year? Are you going full-time? Are you going part-time? What is the average price point in the area? And then take the commission that you're going to charge and look, okay, how much is it likely that you make on your first year? Just the gross commission, that's the commission before you have any splits. What are you thinking realistically you'll make? Now that one can be tough, so if you don't know where to start with 10 deals. I've seen a lot of agents do 10 deals their first year. I did 17 and I don't think I did anything for my first 3 to 6 months. It's really about finding your way, but let's just assume you're gonna do 10 deals. So you're gonna do 10 deals. What's your average price point? You can look this up online. If you don't know, just type in like my location, average median home value, average median sales price. Now that you have that number, figure out what is going to be your commission. If you need a roundabout number, just multiply that number by 0.03. So now that we have the median home price, the market that you're in, we have 10 deals as an average or whatever you picked as an average, multiply those 2 numbers and find out what is the gross volume that you expect to do in your first year. Now we have some real numbers to work off. Let's do some rough math, which all my math is rough. So we have this number. Let's say you're at 100% brokerage, right? They're charging you $500 a month, then they're charging you $500 a transaction. Well, now we got to figure out, okay, how much is that actually going to cost? Because let's say you do 12 transactions over the 12 months. Now we're talking about $12,000. What would that have cost you at a 70-30 split brokerage? What would that cost you at an 80-20 split brokerage? But I don't want this one to actually influence you that much. And here's why. Now that you have some rough numbers, you kind of understand how to do the commission splits, estimate how much you're gonna make at different brokerages. Let's forget about that because it's really not the most important thing. What do you mean it's not the most important thing? I got in this business to make money. Yes, I know. But look, there's a lot of brokerages that have what's called a cap, which means you pay a commission split of XYZ until you hit XYZ in commissions paid. Now to me, this is the way that I've always chosen. Somewhere where there was a cap, where I was gonna make 100% commission after I paid out X amount of dollars. This kept my cost up front low and allowed me to join brokerages that had incredible training. Which brings me to number 2. What is the training like? How quickly are you going to be able to succeed at this brokerage? If you're just focused on doing 5 or 10 deals, then yeah, your commission split might matter a little bit more. But if you're attempting to build a career here, then finding a brokerage that's gonna help you grow is gonna be more important than what you pay up front on your first year. Now, this can be very hard to look past, but think 5 years into the future. 5 years into the future, maybe you're doing 60 deals a year. Maybe you're doing 100 deals a year. Maybe you're doing more. Is that what you want to be doing? Do you want to do 50, 60, 100, 150, 1,000? Do you want to do a crazy amount of transactions? Do you want to build a team? Do you want to start your own brokerage? What is your longer term goal? Your commissions in the first year pale to what you can do in 5 years. So who's going to have the environment? Who's going to have the training? Who's going to have what you need to be able to hit your long-term goals? That is what I would focus on way more than the commission in the beginning. Now, before we get to that third one, I see you and I've got a quick question. Are you subscribed yet? If not, would you click the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and click that little like button for me? It would mean a lot. And the third thing, and this is going to be market specific. The brokerages that you're looking at, what is their market share? And I don't mean how many agents are in their office. I mean, out of the area that you want to work, because chances are you're not going to work your entire MLS. You're probably going to work 1, 2, 3 cities or a surrounding area or something like that. In the area that you want to focus, how much market share does that brokerage have? Yes, you can get around not having market share. But if you're a new agent and you're trying to take some territory in a location, it's going to be easier if that brokerage already has market share. If you're walking into an area that you want to take over and nobody's ever heard of the real estate company, it's just another objection that you're going to have to handle. Now, if you're a sales killer and you're not worried about that, then don't worry about it. But this is the third thing I would consider when I'm looking at a new market. Obviously, commission splits up front, environment, training, all of that. Second, market share is important. Market share can dictate what listings you get. It won't dictate all the listings you get, but you can win and lose certain listings based on your company's market share. Yes, I know there's some sales killers who are like, oh, I've got this objection handler, I've got that objection handler, and sometimes those will work. Sometimes they won't. It's pretty rare that anybody bats 1,000. And even if they do, even if they have the best agent, are you that agent? Are you that sales killer? Are you going to be able to handle those objections? Do you want to handle those objections? Now, I'm not telling you don't join a brokerage because they don't have market share. Again, I think the training and the environment are number one. I think number two would be how much can you make? What do the commission splits look like? Are they competitive? They don't have to be the best if they're competitive. Again, number one, that training and environment's going to be the long-term winner. But the market share can play a large role when you're getting started. Now, the first thing I talked about was commissions, and I did that because that's usually everybody's first question. But to me, the most important thing is going to be the training, the environment. What can my business look like long term? Will this help me get to where I want to go? The market share is important. The commission split's important. Honestly, if the commission split's competitive, really it doesn't matter. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have questions still, if there's things I didn't answer here that you're wondering about, go ahead and drop those in the comments. I'll do my best to respond to those or to even make a video about it. With that, I will see you on the next video or check out one of these ones up here.